Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here today to talk to you about something we all need to hear. Something that separates those who succeed from those who fall short. And that thing is simple: pushing through when everything inside of you is telling you to quit. Life will test you. It will push you to your limits. And then just when you think you can't go any further, it will demand more. The truth is, success is not built on comfort. Success is built on discomfort, on struggle, on that moment when you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders and you can't take another step. That's where greatness is made. Let me tell you something. Nobody is going to hand it to you. There is no easy way to success. The path you walk, the one that leads to your goals, is not a straight line. It's full of twists, turns, setbacks, and challenges. It's not for the weak. It's for the warriors. It's for those who will look at the obstacles, feel the pain, but still decide to rise. You know that moment when your body is screaming at you to stop, when every ounce of your energy is drained and you feel like you have nothing left. That's the moment when you have to dig deep. That's the moment that defines you, because success isn't about being perfect. It's about persistence. It's about showing up every single day, no matter how hard it gets. It's about pushing when the world tells you to slow down. It's about getting up one more time after life knocks you down. And let me tell you something, life will knock you down. It will hit you hard, and it won't ask for your permission. But here's the thing, you don't need permission to fight back. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here today to talk to you about something we all need to hear, something that separates those who succeed from those who fall short. And that thing is simple: pushing through when everything inside of you is telling you to quit. Life will test you. It will push you to your limits. And then just when you think you can't go any further, it will demand more. The truth is, success is not built on comfort. Success is built on discomfort, on struggle, on that moment when you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders and you can't take another step. That's where greatness is made. Let me tell you something, nobody is going to hand it to you. There is no easy way to success. The path you walk, the one that leads to your goals, is not a straight line. It's full of twists, turns, setbacks, and challenges. It's not for the weak. It's for the warriors. It's for those who will look at the obstacles, feel the pain, but still decide to rise. You know that moment when your body is screaming at you to stop, when every ounce of your energy is drained and you feel like you have nothing left. That's the moment when you have to dig deep. That's the moment that defines you, because success isn't about being perfect. It's about persistence. It's about showing up every single day, no matter how hard it gets. It's about pushing when the world tells you to slow down. It's about getting up one more time after life knocks you down. And let me tell you something, life will knock you down. It will hit you hard, and it won't ask for your permission. But here's the thing, you don't need permission to fight back. The path to success is not something that will be handed to you on a silver platter. In fact, success rarely comes easily. If you're waiting for someone to simply give you what you want, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. There are no shortcuts. There are no guarantees. No one is going to walk up to you and hand you the life you envision, the career you dream about, or the happiness you seek. You have to go out there and earn it. And earning it means getting your hands dirty, putting in the work, and pushing through the moments when everything inside of you is telling you to quit. If you want to succeed, you have to commit to the process, not just the end result. The process is often messy and difficult. It's not always linear, and it won't always feel good. But it's in those moments of struggle, of hardship, that you'll find out what you're truly capable of. Success is about grinding it out day in and day out, even when you don't see immediate results. It's about putting in the work when no one is watching, when there's no applause, no recognition, no reward waiting for you. The work has to come first, the reward second. And that's where the challenge lies. Most people want to see the outcome before they commit to the work, but that's not how it works. The outcome will never come unless you're willing to work for it without immediate satisfaction. You have to trust the process, trust that every hour of hard work is getting you closer to your goal, even when it doesn't feel like it. Look around you. Everyone has dreams, goals, ambitions. It's easy to dream big and talk about what you want to achieve. It's easy to say, I want to be successful. I want to be the best. I want to make an impact. But the difference between those who actually achieve their goals and those who merely talk about them is simple action. Action is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. But here's the catch. Action alone isn't enough. You need consistency, discipline, and dedication. You need to put in the hours when you're tired, when you're discouraged, when you don't feel like it. Success isn't about having talent or luck on your side. It's about showing up, even when it feels impossible to keep going. It's about working for the life you want, not waiting for it to magically appear. And here's the reality. The world isn't going to offer you an easy way out. No one is going to hand you success because you asked for it or because you think you deserve it. The world doesn't owe you anything. If you want to create something meaningful, you have to get out there and do it yourself. Waiting for others to pave the way for you is a recipe for failure. You have to take full responsibility for your own success. It's not enough to wait for the right opportunity to come along or hope for a lucky break. You have to make your own opportunities. You have to show up even when you're scared, even when you feel unprepared, even when it seems like the odds are stacked against you. The road to success will not always be comfortable. It will often be lonely, frustrating, and filled with setbacks. You'll encounter moments where you question your decision to keep going. You'll face rejection, criticism, and failure. But every rejection is an opportunity to learn. Every failure is a lesson, and every challenge is a chance to grow. No one who has ever achieved greatness has done so without facing hardships along the way. The people who succeed aren't the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who faced adversity, stared it down, and kept moving forward. So if you want success, you have to be prepared to work for it. Don't expect it to come easily. Don't wait for the world to give you a handout. Instead, step up to the plate. Take responsibility for your own journey and be ready to put in the work. Be prepared to grind through the hard days, the long nights, and the moments of doubt. The world won't hand you success, but if you're willing to go out there and fight for it, the rewards will be worth every ounce of effort you put in. The key to success is simple. Stop waiting. Start working. Success is not about perfection. It never has been, and it never will be. The idea that you have to be flawless, that every move you make must be executed perfectly, is a trap. Perfectionism can be a silent killer of progress because it leads to hesitation, fear, and inaction. Instead, success is about persistence. It's about showing up every single day, no matter how hard it gets, and continuing to push forward even when things don't go according to plan. The most successful people are not the ones who get everything right all the time, but those who keep going even when they don't have all the answers, when they make mistakes, or when things fall apart. The key to reaching your goals isn't doing everything perfectly. It's doing something consistently. It's about building momentum by showing up each day, even when you're tired, even when you're frustrated, and even when you feel like quitting. You might stumble along the way. You might make mistakes, fall short, and have moments where it feels like you're not getting anywhere. But that doesn't mean you stop. That's where persistence comes in. It's about embracing those mistakes and learning from them instead of letting them stop you. Success doesn't come from never failing. It comes from learning how to get back up every single time you fall. A lot of people think that failure is the end of the road. They think that if they don't do something perfectly, they've failed, and that's not true. In fact, failure is an essential part of success. You cannot succeed without failing, but it's not the failure itself that determines your outcome. It's how you respond to it. If you let every mistake define you, you'll never move forward. But if you learn from those mistakes, adjust your approach, and try again, that's when you grow. Success is built on persistence, not perfection. This is where so many people get stuck. They expect to get everything right from the start, or they think that one mistake means they're not cut out for success. But that's not how it works. There is no perfect plan. There is no perfect time. The only way to move forward is to take imperfect action. Don't wait for the stars to align or for all the conditions to be perfect. Start where you are with what you have and keep going. It doesn't matter if things aren't perfect. What matters is that you're still moving. It's the consistency, the relentless drive to keep going, that will ultimately bring you to your destination. When you look at the most successful people, the ones who have truly made a lasting impact, you'll notice that they didn't get there by being perfect. They got there by showing up every day and putting in the work, even when things weren't easy. They made mistakes along the way, but they didn't let those mistakes stop them. They learned from them, adjusted their strategies, and kept moving forward. They understood that success isn't about being flawless. It's about being persistent. It's about continuing to take action, even when things aren't going your way. There's another aspect to persistence that's crucial: belief. You have to believe that even though things aren't perfect right now, they can improve. You have to trust the process and trust that every small step you take, no matter how imperfect, is moving you closer to where you want to be. And this belief doesn't come from seeing immediate results. It comes from showing up day after day and knowing that your effort matters. Your persistence will pay off in ways you can't always predict, but only if you keep going. In the end, it's persistence that separates the successful from those who give up. It's the willingness to keep going, even when the path is unclear, when the work feels too much, and when you don't feel like you're making any progress. You'll never be perfect, and you shouldn't expect to be. But if you can stay persistent, if you can keep showing up and keep trying, no matter how many mistakes you make or how imperfect your journey might be, you will eventually reach your goal. The road may not always be straight, but with persistence, you'll find your way. Life will test you in ways that you can't always anticipate. It will push you to your limits, challenge your mental fortitude, and force you to confront your deepest fears and doubts. There will be moments when the road ahead seems impossible to navigate, when every step feels like you're dragging yourself through mud. These are the moments that define your journey. The world doesn't give success to those who never face adversity. It gives success to those who face adversity and choose to rise above it. When you face challenges, whether they're personal, professional, or emotional, it can feel like the universe is conspiring against you. The setbacks, the disappointments, the failures, they all pile on top of each other until it seems like there's no way out. At that point, it's easy to want to quit. It's easy to throw in the towel and walk away from the dream, from the goal, from the vision. But quitting doesn't just mean walking away from the dream. It means walking away from growth. Every single challenge you face has the potential to make you stronger. Every setback, every moment of failure is an opportunity for you to build resilience. But only if you choose to stand up and keep going. The people who succeed are not the ones who never had to deal with hardship. They're the ones who, when faced with hardship, didn't back down. They're the ones who pushed through the pain, the fear, and the uncertainty. They found the strength to keep moving forward even when every part of them wanted to stop. They understood that every obstacle was not a roadblock, but a stepping stone. Pain is a part of growth. There's no getting around it. When you push yourself beyond your comfort zone, when you stretch your limits, when you reach for things that seem out of your grasp, that's when the growth happens. Growth doesn't happen when things are easy. It happens when things are tough. It's in those moments of struggle that you discover what you're made of. You discover your true strength. You find out what you're capable of when you have nothing left to give. It's when you're on the edge, when you feel like you've reached your limit, that you realize how much more you have inside of you. That's where your true power lies. But it's not enough to just go through the struggles. You have to go through them with the right mindset. You have to embrace the adversity and use it to fuel your journey. When life hits you hard, your reaction matters more than the setback itself. Will you let the challenges define you, or will you rise above them? Your mindset will determine whether the struggle makes you stronger or breaks you down. There's an important distinction to be made here. Facing adversity doesn't mean avoiding pain. It means confronting pain head on and refusing to be overcome by it. It means accepting that life will test you, but you have the power to choose how you respond. When you choose to face adversity with resilience, you build a foundation that nothing can shake. It doesn't matter how many times you fall. It only matters that you get back up and keep going. When you learn to embrace the challenges, you start to see them differently. Instead of viewing them as obstacles, you begin to view them as opportunities for growth. The obstacles no longer seem insurmountable. The setbacks don't seem like the end. They become part of your story. They become the stepping stones that shape you into the person you're meant to be. With each challenge you face, you become stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the next one. The people who make it are not the ones who avoid the hardships. They are the ones who face them head on and keep moving forward no matter how hard it gets. Every challenge you face is not a sign that you're doing something wrong. It's a sign that you're on the right track. It's a sign that you're pushing yourself to be more, do more, and become more. Success is not about a smooth journey. It's about learning how to navigate the bumps in the road. It's about understanding that adversity is not an enemy. It's a teacher. And every lesson learned, every difficulty overcome brings you one step closer to your goal. The hardest moments of your life will be the moments that define you. There will be times when everything inside of you tells you to stop. You'll feel exhausted, frustrated, and at your breaking point, you'll question your decisions and wonder if all the struggle is worth it. It's in these moments when the world feels heavy and every step forward feels like an uphill battle that you are faced with a choice. Do you give into the pressure and quit, or do you dig deeper and push through? It's easy to push when everything is going well, when things are falling into place. When the winds are at your back, it feels natural to keep moving forward. But the true test of your character comes when the road gets rough, when your energy is drained, when your confidence is shaken, when every step forward feels like it's too much to bear. That's when the real work begins. These are the moments that reveal what you're made of. It's easy to be motivated when things are going well. It's when everything is falling apart, when you're down to your last ounce of strength, that you have to make the decision to keep going. The thing is, we all face this choice. We all face those moments where it feels like we're at our limit. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up isn't that one group has it easier or faces fewer challenges. It's that the successful group pushes through. They make the conscious decision to keep moving forward even when it seems impossible. They understand that the struggle isn't the end. It's just a part of the journey. The key is to embrace those tough moments. Instead of resisting the pain or trying to avoid discomfort, you have to lean into it. Those hard moments are where your growth happens. They're the moments that force you to dig deeper, to find strength you didn't know you had, to discover what you're truly capable of. You can't develop the resilience you need to succeed if everything is always easy. You need the struggle. You need the hard times. They're what builds your mental toughness, your perseverance, and your ability to keep moving forward when the odds are stacked against you. When you push through the pain, when you keep going even, when you don't feel like it, you're building something far more important than just progress toward your goal. You're building character. You're proving to yourself that you have the strength to keep going, even when the world seems to be telling you to stop. And that self-belief, that confidence in your own ability to rise above will carry you through every challenge that lies ahead. It's easy to think that success comes when everything is perfect, when all the pieces fall into place. But the truth is, success is born out of adversity. It's born out of the moments when you thought you couldn't go any further, but you chose to keep moving anyway. It's born out of the times when you face fear, doubt, and uncertainty and decided to stand tall in the face of it. Every moment you push through adds to the foundation of your success. Every moment you keep going, even when you don't want to, is one step closer to the life you've been working toward. When you're in the middle of the struggle, it can feel overwhelming. The end goal might seem so far away, and the effort you're putting in might feel like it's not yielding results. But you have to trust that every step forward counts. You have to trust that even when it doesn't seem like progress, you are moving closer to the person you want to become. One of the most important things to remember is that the hardest moments of your life will never last forever. The pain, the frustration, the feeling of being stuck, it will pass. But the strength you build by pushing through those moments will last forever. It will stay with you, shaping how you approach future challenges, making you more resilient, more capable, and more determined. Every time you push through, you strengthen your resolve, your mindset, and your ability to keep going no matter what. The decision to push through is a decision to take control of your own future. It's a decision to not let the hard times define you, but to let them shape you into the person you need to be, to need to reach your goals. Every difficult moment is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. And when you choose to push through those moments, you become someone who can conquer anything. When everything inside of you says quit, when the pain feels unbearable and your mind begins to fill with doubt, that's when you have to push through. It's easy to keep going when things are easy, when the path is clear and the obstacles are minimal. But the real measure of your strength lies in your ability to keep moving forward when you feel like you have nothing left to give. There are moments in every journey, no matter how ambitious, when you'll be faced with the overwhelming temptation to stop. The weight of failure, the fear of inadequacy, and the exhaustion from pushing so hard can cloud your mind and convince you that it's not worth it. But those moments are precisely where true victory begins. When you're at the point of wanting to give up, it's easy to feel as though quitting is the only option. It's tempting to throw in the towel and walk away, especially when the result seems so far out of reach and the process feels endless. But here's the truth: the moments when you feel like quitting are often the moments just before a breakthrough. It's when you think you've given all you can, when the world feels like it's pressing down on you the hardest, that you're actually closer than you think to success. The breakthrough doesn't happen when you give in to the temptation to quit. It happens when you fight through the pain, the doubts, and the exhaustion and push forward. Every goal you chase, every dream you pursue will have these moments. They are inevitable. The question is not whether you will encounter hardship or feel the urge to quit. It's how you will respond when it comes. It's easy to stay motivated when things are going smoothly, but the real challenge, the real test of your character comes when you face adversity and decide to press on. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who fall short is often not about talent, intelligence, or luck. It's about who is willing to endure, to stay in the fight, and to keep moving when everything inside of them says to stop. Pushing through the pain requires a mindset shift. It requires you to redefine what pain means. Pain is often seen as a signal that something is wrong, something that needs to be avoided or escaped. But in the pursuit of success, pain can be an indicator of progress. Pain shows that you're growing, that you're stretching your limits, that you're moving beyond your comfort zone. The more you push, the stronger you become. But that strength only comes if you choose to continue despite the discomfort. The winners are not the ones who never feel pain. They're the ones who keep going even when the pain seems unbearable. There's also an element of trust that comes into play. You have to trust that the struggle is worth it. You have to believe that all the effort, all the sacrifices, and all the moments of doubt will lead to something greater. Trusting the process can be difficult, especially when you don't see immediate results or when the finish line feels like it's constantly moving farther away. But the key is to focus on the next step, not the entire journey. Every small action, every bit of effort you put in is moving you closer to your goal. Even when you feel like you're stuck or making no progress at all, your persistence is still paying off. Trust that the work you put in today, the hours you grind through, will eventually lead to something amazing. Trust that every effort, no matter how small, compounds over time. It's also crucial to remember that pushing through doesn't mean ignoring the pain or pretending it doesn't exist. It means acknowledging the struggle and moving forward anyway. It's recognizing that success isn't about the absence of difficulty. It's about overcoming it. It's about choosing not to let the pain define you or hold you back. Pushing through means embracing the discomfort, understanding that it is part of the journey, and moving forward with conviction and resilience. When you push through, you're not just moving closer to your goals. You're also building your inner strength. Every time you choose to keep going, you are proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought. You are building confidence in your ability to persevere, to weather the storm, and to come out stronger on the other side. This inner strength becomes a foundation you can rely on in future struggles. It becomes a reminder that no matter what, you can handle whatever comes your way. So when the pressure mounts, when the fatigue sets in, and when quitting seems like the easiest option, remember that those are the exact moments where you need to push through the most. It's in those moments that you separate yourself from the crowd, that you prove to yourself that you are not like the others who give up. It's in those moments that you set yourself up for success, even if it doesn't feel like it at the time. Keep pushing. The reward on the other side is worth every ounce of energy you put in now. When you push through, when you keep going despite the pain, the doubt, and the fear, you're not just moving toward your goals. You're becoming the person you were always meant to be. Every step you take, every challenge you face and conquer is a part of your transformation. Success doesn't come to those who quit when things get tough. It comes to those who keep pushing forward, who embrace the struggle, and who choose to rise each time they fall. So no matter how hard it gets, no matter how many times you feel like giving up, keep going. The victory isn't in avoiding the challenges. It's in overcoming them. Push through, and you'll find that the life you've been striving for is waiting for you on the other side of that struggle.